Hi everybody, it's Charles with an entry for the 3rd of May 2014. It was a Saturday. First off, I know I didn't post anything last night. I felt shitty last night. My back hurt and then I fucking hurt my foot at the end of the night and I was tired and I just fell asleep and so fuck it. I don't think many of you noticed except for maybe one or two people. But I felt bad for not doing it and not putting up anything, so fucking it's my explanation. I try and do, one every night, but obviously I'm gonna miss some nights. Some nights obviously I'm just gonna fucking fall asleep accidentally after work, or I'm not gonna have anything to say, and so I'm bound to miss some nights. But you know, I'm gonna try and keep a steady rhythm, not because I think it fucking makes a difference to anybody, because I don't want to get out of the habit of doing one, and then next thing you know, fucking 3 months has gone by and I haven't done shit, and then I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Whereas I think it's beneficial to me in the end, so fucking I don't want to become lazy and I don't want to just fucking, start blowing it off. But it's pretty much my explanation for it. Alright, but today's topic is gonna be the main reason of why I do this in the first place. It's a topic that's gonna help me make a decision. And I've already or it's I hope that this, topic will help me, or this talking about this topic will help me make a decision on, what it's going to be about. But basically, some of you know what I'm talking about because I've emailed some or I've texted some of you asking, a question, a personal question about how you perceive me. And basically, what it comes down to is that, I I volunteer somewhere. I don't want to give the specifics because they want to kind of keep it, the organizers kind of want to keep it a little bit hush hush. But basically, what it comes down to is that I volunteer somewhere, and then I get paid a little stipend, but then there's a I have the opportunity to volunteer somewhere else by the same people, but it's somewhere else. So I would have to do a little bit of traveling. So basically, right now I'm on top. Like I've come out monetarily ahead. So but if I did the second one, due to the fact that I'd be traveling, I would come out. I would actually have to pay some money. So I mean, it's a little weird for me because the whole thing is that the people that you know the people that run the thing that I help volunteer, they're attached to a charity. So I'm thinking like, maybe. So the basis of my thinking is that I can't figure out exactly why I volunteer in the first place. I volunteered for the convention that I'm able to, go to without traveling. I mean, the problem is that I think in my mind I like to perceive myself as a good guy, like fucking, I've got a lot of empathy for others, fucking I've got a lot of compassion and shit. But the basis that it comes down to is I think I did it for the money. And fucking, I think like, I mean, obviously, money is good, yada yada. We all want to make the most amount of money, etc., etc. But I've stated to people that the reason that I do it is to help out the charity, and to fucking, and in my mind, I tell myself, this is why you do it. This is why you work hard. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this is just a quick way for me to make money. So I'm worried that maybe, I am legitimately doing it just to make, like, a little bit of extra cash. And, even though I just fucking tell people that I do it for the, to help out the charity because fucking I want to seem like fucking, I want to seem like a sensitive, compassionate, fucking caring person, but in reality, it's just fucking, I'm a lot more fucking one dimensional and I'm a lot more greedy than that. And that fucking, that fucking disappoints me because, you know, like I said, I kind of put myself on this, like, I'm not going to say I put myself on this pedestal because I think I'm better than other people. It's I put myself on a pedestal because I expect better from me than I do other people. You know, it doesn't mean that I don't expect myself to make mistakes, you know. I don't expect myself to be fucking, you know, faster, you know, smarter, you know, yada yada, fucking, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It's just that, you know, maybe somebody I know might drive drunk or something, and I have to expect myself never to do that because, you know, I expect more from myself. So I mean, this is a lot of people have told me, like, you know, fucking nobody expects you to, you know, come out on the bottom because it's a volunteer experience. You're volunteering your time, and, you know, they saw fit to fucking, you know, to give you a little stipend, which isn't much, but fucking, you know, they saw fit to do it. But then I go to think, like, you know, how can I consider myself, you know, a really fucking giving person, you know, caring of others if fucking, you know, basically I'm just treating it like a second job, and like fucking, you know, that's the only reason I'm doing it. I got to thinking, like, fucking, if they weren't attached to a charity, would I still do it? And the answer is yes, I'd still do it because it's still fucking extra money. And so that means that now I'm just doing it because it's fucking, it's like I'm treating it like a second job. Like fucking, I couldn't care less about the charity. And fucking, I just tell people that because I want to seem like fucking, you know, a caring person, a compassionate person, because fucking it makes me look better and it makes me feel better. So in the end, am I not a liar? I'm just fucking, just trying to fucking make people think of me better because I just want to be fucking something that I'm not. And that fucking disappoints the fucking hell out of me. And I don't know, I'm fucking, I'm sitting in my room, my apartment, fucking trying to just fucking get over that shit. I mean, some people can rationalize that, you know, they're not as good a person as they fucking think they are. But I mean, I legitimately have the opportunity to fucking be a better person and to be the person, you know, be more of the person that I think I should be. But for some reason, it's just, I can't get over it. Like, I can't come to a decision. I mean, I don't understand when I became so fucking, you know, when I became so money hungry. When I fucking, you know, started to think of myself not as like fucking a person that's just trying to live a life and be like worthwhile and shit and worthy of, you know, everything that people have done for me versus somebody who can just grab as much money as possible. I mean, fucking, I mean, obviously everybody has monetary goals. Like fucking, they want to, you know, they want to be able to buy a car, they want to be able to buy a house, you know, they want to have fucking a family and shit like that. But I mean, those are all long-term goals. And in all actuality, me fucking, you know, volunteering at the second convention wouldn't hurt any of those, you know, any of those goals. So am I just scared to spend the money in something, you know, that I perceive as frivolous because it's not like if I wanted to buy a new computer, I would just fucking buy it because that would be something, you know, in my hands that I could fucking, you know, that I would have for a while that I could play around with. But I mean, fucking, why do I like, why do I fucking, you know, perceive experiences as such worthless things now? Like, why am I obsessed with material possessions and fucking, you know, actually having something to make my money fucking, you know, feel worthwhile? Is it because I have so fucking little money? I mean, I don't have little money in all honesty. Like, I know people that are legitimately fucking struggling. You know, I've known people that have fucking really struggled. And, you know, I mean, I work in retail and fucking, so I'm not, you know, I'm not fucking caking the money, but I'm not fucking, you know, I'm not worried about bills. You know, fucking, I just got, you know, I just paid my electric and my gas bill today, and fucking, you know, I didn't have to fucking dive into my bank account and make sure that, you know, I'd have enough to hand the rent or anything like that. I just fucking paid it online and then just fucking put the bills in my little bill folder, and that's fucking the end of it. I mean, I'm not fucking worried about it. You know, there are people that I know at work that fucking, you know, I want to fucking throw, you know, $5, $10 at some random fucking impulse item or impulse bet that I want to fucking do or make, and other people have to think fucking hard about that shit, or they have to wait for fucking payday or something like that. And I mean, I don't have to do that. So I mean, I'm not, for me to, you know, perceive myself in that way, or for me to fucking, you know, compare myself to them, it just means that I'm fucking obsessed about my money. And I don't understand why it became like that. I mean, I don't have expensive pleasures. I don't spend a lot of my money. It's just that I enjoy stockpiling it for some reason. You know, the act of saving brings me the most pleasure out of anything that I do. You know, I don't know what it is. It's just like I feel like worthwhile when I save my money. It makes me feel like fucking, it makes me feel like I've accomplished something. I mean, other than that, am I not just fucking, you know, obviously, you know, I don't want to spend more money than I make because then I'm going to fucking, you know, I'm going to end up bankrupt and that's fucking stupid. But, you know, what's to say if I save $100 a month versus $200 a month? What is the actual real difference? You know, obviously I want to buy a house, but why is, you know, why is saving that extra $100 a month so important to my self-esteem? You know, why am I obsessed with, you know, this small stipend? You know, why don't I just fucking man up and go out there and fucking, you know, do the actual work for, and then fucking, you know, for the charity, like I fucking think I, you know, like I tell myself I'm doing it for, and just fucking, you know, the money be gone, you know. Why am I fucking, why can I only volunteer if I work, if fucking I get, you know, if I come out on top, you know? Is it real volunteering then, or is it just me fucking trying to make extra money? You know, I don't like what this shit says about me, and I don't like the way it's making me feel. Because it's fucking, it's making me feel shitty. I mean, it's nobody's fault that it's making me feel shitty. It's just that I'm thinking too much. So somebody already said that I'm thinking too much about it, which is, which is the truth. Um, I mean, that somebody already pointed out that there is a middle ground. I could just fucking donate the money that I got from the one convention, and then I would come out even. And then, but fucking, the truth is that I do want to, you know, I would, if I could work the second convention for free, I would do it. I would do it like that, you know, because I enjoyed the experience of working the first convention. But, so, I mean, like, why am I not able to, you know, fucking, like, why am I not able to come to the conclusion? Like, fucking, I mean, I should, you know, be able to just fucking, I don't know. I mean, there are moments where fucking I perceive myself as, you know, this, you know, super generous, super fucking loving and caring person, you know, very open-minded, somebody you can fucking talk to. And then there are moments where I perceive myself as this fucking who owes me what, you know, how am I going to get that money back? You know, how am I going to fucking get this person to give me that back? You know, this person borrowed that, they haven't given it back to me. Fucking, you know, how am I going to get that back? Fucking, you know, that person broke that in my apartment, you know, that was $20. How am I going to get them to give me back that $20 without them fucking, you know, without me just taking it from them? It feels like I catalog my debts, like fucking, you know. That being said, though, when I owe somebody money, it's fucking to the forefront of my mind. You know, fucking, I can't get over it. It's because I don't. I mean, I consider myself some kind of a fucking self-contained being. You know, if I owe somebody $20, it feels like I've failed. You know, because why did I need to borrow that $20 in the first place? I mean, it means that fucking A, I didn't have money when I needed it, and therefore that's a failure. Or, you know, or B, you know, there was some kind of surprise that came up, and so fucking, you know, that's again a failure on my part because I'm supposed to be ready, you know, I'm supposed to be monetarily ready for anything. So I don't like the fact that fucking, I don't like the fact when I owe somebody something, and I don't like when somebody owes me something because it's at the forefront of my mind because I feel like I have to make sure I get it back. Because it's just, it feels like that the only goals I have out of my life, or the only things that make me happy, really, are seemingly, saving money and, trying to, get my own house eventually and trying to fucking reach my, my monetary goals. Because I'm sure as hell fucking not reaching any other goals. And I'm sure fucking, I don't know if reaching any other goals would make me happy. I don't know if there's anything in life that I could be doing that would make me fucking happy. And that fucking sucks, dude, because it usually means, or it probably means that I'm never going to be personally happy. I mean, hopefully if I meet the right person and like start a family, I'll fucking be happy. But I mean, dude, straight up, I have fucking, I have a major illness that fucking runs my life, and it's probably going to run my life for many, many years, if not the rest of my life. So, I mean, I don't really like, I don't know how much of a family I'm going to have. So fucking, I'm worried that, this might be it, so the most that I'll be able to do with my life is, fucking amass myself in, maybe material gains, and fucking maybe that's, maybe that'll be the only way that I can perceive or reach that happiness, reach that happiness star or goal, is to, eventually get my own place. And I mean, that might seem fucking very shallow to some people, but a lot of people don't realize that fucking that's the extent of a lot of people's lives. People that don't have a family, that's the main, the main thing. I don't fucking, traveling the world isn't going to make me happy. Fucking, that kind of shit. So, I mean, I don't know why fucking, this is sitting so hard with me. I don't know why fucking I can't just throw my money in that area. Obviously fucking working the experience would fucking, it would, it's a fun experience. But, after the experience is going to be over. So will knowing that I have done something good, will that be enough to sustain me? Or will I feel like shit, but feel guilty because I've spent the money on something that wasn't, material, that I can't fucking, that once the experience is over, it's fucking gone. It's just like, I always thought that in The Price is Right or whatever, fucking, when they gave you the showcase with the car or the vacation, for me, I would always pick the showcase with the car because it's like, yo, a car is fucking, it's something that you have, fucking, fuck the vacation. The vacation only lasts a fucking week. So it's like, take the fucking car, man, because, you're going to be using that in your daily life. You can have it for years. It's going to fucking change the way you fucking, live your normal life. So it's like the vacation's not going to do shit. You're going to fucking use that shit up in a week, and then you're fucking, what are you going to have, the pictures and the memories? Fuck that, dude. Fucking memories fade. They don't fucking change who you are. Fucking pictures are nice to look at, but fucking eventually, you just start to get bored with them. And it's not like you're reliving the experience every so often. Where a car is fucking, it'll change your life. Whether or not you already have a car, another car is still something major, a major change in your life. So fucking, that's why I always thought that the car was such a big deal. But I don't know. I mean, then I start to think that, maybe I'm just fucking scared. Maybe I'm just being a bitch, and I think that fucking, maybe I think that fucking, maybe that, first I started thinking that maybe I'm scared to work the second volunteer experience. But then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm not fucking scared. I'm not fucking scared to travel. I think I got my medication shit sorted out, so it's not that. I mean, initially I think I was blaming it on that. I was weighing it fucking, it's gonna be tough to go because fucking you know, my medication, yada yada, has to be refrigerated, yada yada. But I think I got that shit sorted out. So now it's just like, what is, and I've realized that, you know, I'm not scared to do the work. So I'm not, oh, it's going to be tough, you know, it's going to be a lot of long hours, it's going to be hard, you know, there's going to be a lot of physical work. And I realize I'm not fucking scared of that. I'm not scared of requesting the time off from fucking my normal job either. So I think it comes down to I'm just fucking, you know, I'm just thinking about the money now. I'm weighing the, you know, what is the money actually going to do for me? You know, I'm just thinking like fucking, like like if I was going without something, like if I needed fucking, oh my god, I don't know if I'm going to have enough for rent this month, then obviously you'd be like, dude, keep the fucking money. And I'd keep the money. But it's just like, is saving a little bit more this month, you know, versus fucking, you know, maybe not saving this month, is that much of a fucking big deal? You know, and then it's like fucking, what about all the things that you said? You know, fucking, you're doing it to help out the charity. But in reality, you're just being a fucking selfish bitch who just wants to make fucking some quick extra money. And then it's just like fucking, how much does being a liar mean to you? You know, fucking, you know, I remember I read this science fiction book, Vampire Earth by E. E. Knight, which I actually like. You know, it's a science fiction novel about fucking, you know, aliens taking over the world. So it's probably not for everybody, but I like the characterization of it. And one of the major character is named David or Dave, and fucking, you know, he made a promise to somebody who he thought was dying, fucking, that he would, you know, help him find his family who was lost out in the wilderness. And then he basically just fucking, you know, he was weighing the pros and the cons of it. And then he was like, what it basically comes down to is how much does a promise, you know, made to a wounded friend actually mean? And that's what it comes down to for me. Like, how much does being a liar, or what I perceive to be a liar, how much does that actually mean to me? I mean, because I don't think I've been sitting here and I don't think I can fucking take that shit. I mean, I'm fucking, you know, I'm just sitting here and I don't like, you know, I've looked down on people who are perceived as liars. You know, people who talk themselves up and you find out that they're not who they say they are. You know, that fucking, I've always looked down on those people and I've always fucking been, you know, disgusted by those people. Fucking people who say that, you know, fucking, you know, I did this, or you know, fucking, I came up with that, and then it turns out that they didn't. And they're just like, that person's a fucking liar, and they're disgusting. And so now I'm just like, you know, is that me? Like, this saying I'm doing it for the charity, where it turns out, you know, I'm like keeping the extra money, does that mean that I'm a liar? Does that mean that if I were, you know, looking at somebody, if somebody else were doing what I'm doing, would I be fucking disgusted in their actions? And, you know, I've talked to people and people were just like, nobody expects you to fucking come out on the bottom. You know, nobody fucking, you know, that's why you get reimbursed in the first place, because people think that, you know, they value your work and they want to help you, you know, they want to make it all not for naught. But I mean, I placed a special, you know, heft on doing the fact that what I do for the fucking charity. And it's just like, you know, am I being fucking, you know, am I, am I being fucking selfish and self-centered and all that shit, you know? I mean, I had fucking Wilson's disease. I was in the hospital a lot. And fucking, I survived that shit. And fucking, but I left a lot of fucking comrades behind enemy lines, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, fucking, you know, I still go to the hospital, but I left those fucking operations and, you know, procedures and, you know, waiting in the fucking waiting room for fucking 3 hours, just praying that you don't have fucking cancer or something that's gonna kill you. I left all that shit behind. You know, obviously it could strike back up, but yada yada. But so now it's just like, you know, what does it mean that I've left it, I've left it behind? Doctors want you to leave that shit behind. They want you to get better. But I mean, that makes me feel like it's every man for himself. What does that fucking mean? Does that mean that, I should just brush my uniform off and be like, whew, thank God that's over with. I'm never going back there again. Or fucking do I, dive back in there and say, fuck it, let's get this on and fucking let me do my part to fucking, help as many of my comrades out. I remember when I was in there and I didn't know what it was. And I had to go in for a colonoscopy or an endoscopy. And those are the procedures where they stick a camera down your throat and they stick one up your rectum. And I remember I had to be on a liquid diet, so I couldn't eat anything. All I could do was drink the day before, and they made me drink this really gross solution. I had to drink a shitload of it. And I remember just, after the procedure, I remember just waking up and I just felt shitty and I felt nervous and I don't really remember it, but I'm probably going to guess that I felt, kind of scared. And I was waiting for my brother to pick me up and I remember, I was hungry and, they had these little sack lunches and I remember this nurse just gave me a little sack lunch and it was probably what she was supposed to do. She was just doing her job, but it was just it was a moment of extreme kindness when I felt really fucking bad. And and I'm not gonna get too sensitive about it, but I remember watching her and I remember, she was bopping around just trying to help out everybody, and they're there are nurses that just here's your shot, go over there, wait in the room, sit down, be with you in a minute. And then there are nurses like her who just legitimately take the job to heart and do whatever they can to help people out and make it better. And then I remember thinking that, I wanted to go over there and thank her. Just tell her that, she was a great nurse, and I just never did. And I've thought about that a lot because it makes me feel shitty. Because it makes me, am I paying people back in the world for the kindness that they give me? Or am I just am I taking and then just thinking that in my head, I'm a good person, where in all actuality, I'm just another motherfucker in the world who just takes whatever he wants and then doesn't give back. Does that, just because it's normal and it's normalcy does not mean that it's any better. I want to perceive myself as something good, as something better, but in reality, I'm not. I'm just I'm just a dude who takes and I mean, I think it's making me upset with myself and it's disappointing myself. And I think in all actuality, I think I think I've pretty much backed myself in the corner, and I think I have to do it. If I don't do it, I'm just gonna be looking at myself like, dude, you bitched out. Like, why? It's just you were given a chance where you could have taken it, and you could have, maybe the scale would tip more in your favor than more against it, which is what it is now. Because you're making money off of, you're making money rather than giving money, in essence, to a charity. So it's obviously I'm working hard, and I'm not getting paid what I would be getting paid otherwise, but does that still even out the scales? Or is it still tipped against me? I mean, I'd like to consider, I like to consider myself as somebody who can make change in the world and somebody who tries to do good. But, is my good, not as good as I thought it was? Or is it even good in the first place? I mean, fucking, I guess, like the promise with the in the Vampire Earth novel, like how much does me saying, I do it for the children, how much does that fucking matter? Or that I do it for the charity, how much does that fucking matter to me? How much does the extra money matter to me? You know, like, what type of a person am I? Like, do I really do it for the money? Or do I do it for the work? I enjoy the work. Do I do it for the charity or do I do it for the work? What do I do? What do I volunteer for? Do I do it so that I can put it on my resume? Which I do. I put it on my resume. So is that what fucking, I do it for? I mean, do I want, like, fucking, am I expected to give back? I mean, nobody will look at me. No family members or friends will look at me and be like, dude, you're expected to give back. But fucking, in my own mind, I'm expected to give back. Like, I don't fucking, every instance I want to say is that fucking, if I get promoted, I'm going to fucking help out the people that, or fucking, help me get there, the people that fucking, the people on the ground floor that I'm above now, yada, yada, yada. But it's just like, I left people back in that hospital that are fucking, people are dying every day over there. Kids are dying, fucking children, young men, young women. They're just fucking dying just for no fucking reason. And now I have a chance to do something about it. And it's just like, fucking, am I gonna bitch out because I think I should come out on top? Or am I gonna fucking actually go and do it? I mean, it's tough. I mean, the way I say it, it makes it seem like fucking I have to do it. But in all honesty, I mean, it's a hard experience. It's gonna be hard on my body. It's gonna be fucking, it's gonna be a lot of traveling, and it's gonna fucking, I mean, when I go at a situation, I go at a situation differently than other people are gonna do it. So I go full force at I'm not gonna say fucking, I give 110% everything I do. I'm not fucking, I'm not a meathead douchebag. But fucking, if I do this, I'm gonna go pretty hard at it, and it's gonna beat me up a little bit. But I mean, I don't think I can fucking ignore it. I don't. I don't think I can. I don't think given the option to be a little bit, closer to the person that I think I should be, I don't think I can fucking rationalize it away. And then fucking, I mean, that's pretty much the basis of it. I don't think I can fucking, talk maybe it's, I don't think right now I can talk myself out of it. Maybe that's getting me heated. But fucking, I don't think I can. I think it's fucking, balls to the wall, let's get this shit done, and let's fucking do it. I don't know, dude. Basically, I gotta figure this shit out. Basically, I've been talking for a half an hour, and and I don't know. I hope some people understand why I'm leaning in. I hope people can look at this fucking from both directions. Is what I'm saying. Obviously, if you perceive one direction, then you're not really thinking about the whole, argument. One of my big things is that I do my best to perceive every argument from both directions because it gives you, not only does it give you a better, understanding of the other side so that you can, put your argument, ahead. Like if you can fucking, pretty much just figure out what they're going to argue against your position for, then you like fucking, Sun Tzu said fucking know like thy enemy and shit like that. So if you fucking, like if you're fucking, if you're arguing against the KKK, you know that they're gonna come at you with fucking, racism about fucking, you know, black people in prisons, black people fucking selling drugs, you know, black violence statistics, you know, they're gonna come at you with that stuff. So you fucking prepare your rebuttals against that shit. And you fucking, you know, your statistics about white people, fucking, you know, white serial killers, you know, white people, white drug dealers, and you prepare your fucking rebuttals. And then you know, fucking, you know how they're gonna attack. You know, if you know how they're gonna attack, you fucking prepare a better defense. So, yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much, again, kind of lost my point on that, but, or I kind of lost my train of thought on that one, but, yeah, I mean, you fucking, I mean, basically, I have to figure out, you know, I have to figure out who I am and who I'm trying to be and whether or not this matters that much to me. But, I mean, I think it does matter that much to me because fucking, you know, I think Charles, like I said, I left fucking, you know, I left people behind in those hospitals, and fucking there are good people behind in those hospitals. I mean, sure, there are shitty people who probably fucking, you know, took a shitload of drugs and fucking now they're ODing or some shit like that. That doesn't mean that they're not people, but, you know, maybe they fucking caused that shit to themselves. But then they're fucking, they're kids with cancer, you know, fucking, you know, fathers of children that have cancer, you know, fucking, you know, just fucking children. I don't know how I'm dealing with, you know, I mean, like I said, I made it out, but fucking, you know, what does that mean? Am I expected to go back in and fucking, you know, try and pull people out? It's like, let's pretend, you know, fucking, there's a fire and fucking, you know, there's a fire in a Target or something. Let's say I make it out. You know, am I expected to go fucking back in and start pulling people out? Or start trying to fucking, you know, maybe help people out? Like, what is the fucking, or do I just, you know, thank God that I fucking made it out? You know, I mean, obviously, nobody expects you to dive back in and fucking try and help people out. But it's just like, you know, do I expect that of myself? I think, I think I do. And I think that's why, you know, I'm having such trouble with it. Because I think most of, you know, the people that I talk to and that I know were just like, dude, fucking, you didn't get paid as much as you should have. You donated your time. Fucking that should be the end of it, you know. Or maybe just fucking donate the money. You don't have to come out on the bottom. You can come out even, and then fucking that could be the end of it. But for some reason, I don't feel like, you know, that would be the end of it for me. I think that I think I have to be in the hole, you know, for this to come out right for me. Because I'm not, you know, I've spent years of my life just trying to fucking, you know, do what I can, you know, to achieve my own goals. And I mean, that's what most people do. You know, even these people that are sick with these sick kids, you know, before their kids were sick, they were trying to do the same shit. And, you know, a lot of them will probably try and do the same shit after their kids are sick. But does that mean that fucking, you know, maybe they're not, maybe they won't do fucking, you know, put themselves in the hole to help others even afterwards. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. And like I said, I think I expect better of myself. And so I'm just fucking, I'm still having trouble deciding what to do. I mean, I'm still obviously fucking I'm leaning towards going, and I think I have to go because fucking, I think otherwise I'd just be disappointed in myself. And fucking, you know, some people probably call me crazy and some people call me an idiot, but fucking, I can't, what does fucking, you know, what does me, you know, saying or thinking that I'm doing it for the charity, what does that mean to me? You know, or really, what does saying or thinking that I'm doing it for the charity when in reality, you know, I'm probably doing it for the money, What does that mean to me? What does, fucking being a liar really mean? And I think it means that fucking I'm not who I thought I am, and I'm not fucking as good a person as I thought. And so I think that means that fucking I have to become that person that I think I am. Or I have to try to become that person I think I am. Fucking, I have to bring, honor to myself, and I have to fucking prove that I have the courage to fucking, take the hit, but fucking, be who I hope that other people are or fucking could become. Because if I'm not that, how can I expect other people to do it? I remember there was this one guy in fucking that I knew in high school who said that he was going to join the Marines because he was like, how can I expect other people to do it? Fucking, you know, if I'm not going to do it. And then of course he didn't fucking do it. So now he's just fucking, so it just turned out that he expected other people to do it, but fucking he didn't do it. So he didn't have the courage, and he didn't fucking man up to the situation that he perceived as fucking, being worthwhile for somebody else to do, but not for him. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he got fucking medically disqualified, or maybe they rejected him for some fucking, medical condition. So I'm not trying to blame him. But I'm just saying, in the hypothetical sense, fucking, like, I should have said thank you to that nurse that was fucking, that was on point. And fucking, maybe this is me paying it forward a little bit. Maybe this is me fucking, trying to right the karma. Why did I survive this shit where other people are dropping? Some people think that there's fucking survivor's guilt. Maybe it is. But maybe it's just me trying to fucking make the universe, or maybe it's just me trying to fucking, make it a little bit more right. Then again, fucking, why do I have this, and other people don't? Maybe me surviving it is just the universe trying to make it a little bit right for me. So, I mean, what does that mean? Like, oh, fuck, dude, I think fucking what it comes down to is I expect myself to go back and fucking try and, help as many people in those trenches that I can. Fucking try and help as many people in those hospitals, fucking, that are, that are laying in beds and fucking, laying in beds, fucking, getting sicker, feeling like shit, or who are fucking crying over fucking people in those beds, and fucking, who are worried shitless over whether or not they're going to survive, or maybe they know they're not going to survive, and they're sad as shit, and they're grieving for them. And I think I've got to go back in there, and I think I've got to do what's fucking, got to go back in there in my mind. Maybe one of these times I'll volunteer at MGH when my schedule, allows. But I mean, this is an opportunity for me to fucking, pay it forward a little bit. I can be mad at God and say that fucking, God owes me a little bit because I've got fucking Wilson's disease, where fucking, all my friends and shit, are doing all right. Maybe I can fucking rationalize that maybe I can be a shittier person because fucking, I have this fucking major disease that's fucking beating the shit out of me. Like right now, my fucking back hurts pretty badly, and it fucking hurts for no fucking reason. And it's aggravating, and fucking, and it's just like, why is this shit that I have to deal with? But I mean, that compared to fucking, there are legitimate fucking people who are fucking probably at the hospital right now who have little kids that have fucking, some kind of cancer, and they're not gonna fucking live, and everybody knows it, but fucking, it's fucking sad, and I don't know, dude, right now I'm just beating around the same bushes, but I think basically what I've got to do is I've got to fucking, I think I have to do it. I think I fucking have to do it. When I sit alone at night, fucking, when I'm in the dark, you know, in the dark recesses of my mind, when I lay awake at night, you know, my thoughts are the only thing that comfort me. They're the only thing that are fucking there, you know. They're there constantly. So, I mean, do I want to be somebody that I'm proud of? You know, I remember, if anybody's seen the movie The Legion, I think it was The Legion, with Dennis Quaid. There was one character who gave the little fucking, I'm not sure if it's Dennis Quaid or David Quaid, whatever, but who said this little quote that was like fucking, if you die tomorrow, would you be proud of the life that you've lived? And if I do this, I think I would be a little bit more proud than fucking if I didn't do this. So I think basically what happens is that I have to do it. I don't know, fucking, I don't know, I've got to fucking do my part in this shit, you know. I'm not gonna say I was spared for a reason or fucking any of that shit, or I was spared to do God's work, because I don't fucking believe that shit. But I was, you know, I survived it, whether it's through my own fucking, you know, determination, or it's my own strength, or fucking, you know, there was some kind of outside fucking, you know, spiritual force helping me out. I don't know. I mean, I'm fucking never gonna know that shit. But all I know is that if I could do something to better, you know, the experience of other people that were in the same position as me, I should fucking do it. And I think that's the basis of it, you know, I have to do it. So anyways, thanks everybody for listening. If you want to get in touch with me, or if you want to call me an emo motherfucker, feel free to do so. But I mean, I'm probably too sensitive about this fucking, you know, this Wilson's disease shit and being in the hospital. But dude, it just comes down to what type of person do you want to be, you know? Do you want to be somebody that, you know, fucking little old ladies will look at you and be like, you know, fucking, there's a good guy, you know, there's a son to be proud of? Or do you want somebody who just fucking, little old ladies will say like fucking, you know, there's a guy who's got, you know, there's a guy who works and fucking, you know, owns a house, you know? I remember one time somebody complimented my father about me, and fucking, you know, I'm not sure how it made my father feel, but I hope it made him feel good, and I hope fucking, you know, this is probably a little too fucking sensitive, but I hope, you know, I hope my father is fucking, you know, I hope one day he'll be fucking proud of me. And I know fucking, you know, for fathers to be proud of you, all you have to do is fucking not really do drugs and fucking, you know, not fucking, you know, to graduate college and get a good job, you know, not to slap around your fucking wife or your girlfriend. But, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I remember one time I was walking with my father, and then fucking, I don't remember how old I was, but I think I was, you know, maybe mid to late teens. And I remember we were walking through like a parking lot and fucking, you know, and I think it was like a Home Depot parking lot, and I saw like, and we were just fucking talking, and I remember I saw these two dudes trying to lift this heavy chair into their truck, and they couldn't really like manage it. They were struggling. So I remember I just went over and I just fucking, you know, helped them lift it up. You know, they didn't ask me to help or anything. They didn't even notice me, and I just fucking did it. And then I remember coming back to my father, and I remember looking at him, and he had this weird look. And now I'm wondering if fucking, you know, if that was pride. You know, if that was fucking, like, is that a moment where fathers just look at fucking their children and they think like, that was a decent thing to do. Nobody asked him to do it. I didn't fucking ask him to do it, and he did it. Like, does that mean I've done a good job raising them? And fucking, yes, friends and family will be like, fucking, he was always proud of you, fucking, he was always happy with the man you became. And that's what friends and family say. I could fucking kick the shit out of my girlfriend, and people, friends and family will still be, oh, fucking, you're a good guy, fucking, you're this, because the object of friends and family is to fucking lift you up and to make you feel better. They're supposed to be sympathetic, and they're supposed to fucking think about, making you feel better. There are times where they're going to be real with you at like an intervention or something. But basically their job is to fucking lift you up. But I mean, so I guess basically it's, do I deserve being lifted up? Do I deserve, being thought good on? When people call me a good guy, is that true, or is that just them being fucking, nice? And basically, is it true to me? I know all my deepest and darkest fears. Like I said, maybe nobody knows that I didn't fucking, or maybe nobody else thinks that I did the convention for the money. But fucking when it comes down to it, it matters to me, Maybe I know it. And maybe that's all that matters. I'm not trying to say that my opinion is fucking, valued over everybody else's, but when it comes down to it, I'm the one that has to fucking, let myself sleep at night. I'm the one who has to fucking live with myself every moment of every day. And so fucking, maybe that's the shit that fucking, that means the most, that makes the most difference. And maybe when I helped lift that chair, my father was proud of me in that moment. But fucking, is this another moment that he'll be proud of me for? I hope it is. But anyways, thanks again for listening. Hopefully I'll talk to myself later tonight. Thanks.